Hello again, welcome back to another Node.js session. In last session, we have discussed about how to import core models and how to import user-defined models. In this video, we will see how to create a simple REST API using Node.js and Express server. Before starting, what is Express? So Express is a minimal and flexible Node.js web application framework that provides a robust set of features to develop web and mobile applications. The major core feature of Express framework is it allows us to set up a middleware to respond to HTTP requests such as get, post, put, delete. So I think you know what are the HTTP requests. We'll see more on Express server in our upcoming videos. Now let us start create a simple REST API using Node.js and Express. File, open folder. I have the folder called REST API. Select the REST API folder and here open the terminal. You can use the control tilde or you can use terminal new terminal also. Now let us create Node.js program and before start creating Node.js program, let us verify npm is installed properly or not. npm -b. You can see the version name. It means it is installed. Use the CLS. So use the command npm init. It will initiate a Node.js program with package JSON. So now we need to provide some input. It's saying package name is REST API. Since my folder name is REST API, is taken it as default. So press enter. If you want, you can provide the name whatever you want. Version, enter, description, create simple REST API. Entry point index.js. So I just want to change the file name app.js. You can give any name. I am just giving app.js. If you want to use index.js, you can use the same name. Test command, it is not required as of now, and git repository also not required. Keywords, enter. Author, if you want to give your name, you can give. Is this okay? Yes. So it has created the JSON file with all these properties, and you can check. And if you want to modify anything, you can say no, otherwise press enter and go and see the package.json. Name, REST API, version, description, main, is the entry point, app.js. Now let's create app.js, app.js, which is entry point. And let us check whether it is working or not. Console.log, hello, and go to terminal, node hyphen app.js. You can see hello displayed here. So it is working. Now we have to write a program that imports the Express server and initialize the Express server, and using Express server we can create the request handler like get, post. Before importing the Express server we must install it. So how to install? Go to terminal, enter the command npm install express hyphen save. So what this will do, this will install the Express in our local folder. So it will install the Express server in the local folder where we have app.js and package.js file is there. In this path, it will install. See users Coldwell desktop node.js REST API. So if you want to install the globally, you can mention the command -g. Like after install, you can mention -g. Whenever you mention save, what it will do, it will install the Express and it will update the dependencies section in package.json. Currently, we don't have any dependency modules. That's why we are not seeing the dependencies section here. But since we are installing the expression, we should mention that Express is the dependency. Press enter. Now it has created the node modules folder and you can see all the required folders here, folders and files. In the same way, it has updated the package.json now. If you open the package.json, you can see that dependency section added and the value is Express and Express version 4.17.1. one. When you save the dependency information, and let's say if you want to share this code with your friend or your colleague, you can just share the package.json and app.json file and node underscore models folder in order to save. Generally, node models will have all the dependency models and it might be large in size. So in order to give the node models, we just can give app.js and package.json. The person can just install the node models using npm install. So the npm install will check for the package.json dependency section and what are all these entries that available in the dependency section. It will install each module and it will create the node models folder. Now we have Express also installed. As we seen in the last session, if you want to import any module, you need to use the require. So require and the name Express. You need to store this one in a variable constant. I give same name Express. Again, you can give any name. I'm just giving Express because it makes sense. Now just imported the Express. It is time to initialize it. So constant app equal to Express and the way you call method open brackets and close brackets. So what this will do, it will initialize the Express server and store the result in app. Now in order to make sure that server is up and running, the Express server must be up and listening to the request. So we write a function that is app dot listen to make sure that Express server is up and running. Here the two important parameters that you need to pass is port number, let's say 3000, and callback function. You can write arrow function or anything. I'm just writing arrow function as a callback function. Here I will mention console.log server up and running on port 3000. Now let us go and run app.js. Node space app.js. Now you can see server up and running. Now let us access the server from the browser localhost 3000. You can see cannot get. So since we have not defined any request handlers, we are getting this message and nothing is there. If you open the console also, nothing will be there. Simply some error messages. Now it's time to create the request handlers. So let us create a get method app.get and you can mention the first parameter as the URL slash get users comma and you can give any name. Here I just want to return the array of users, so I give a method called get users and callback function again arrow function. Here I will create array of users constant users and I create array of JSON like name, location. Now I just created array of users and we have this JSON data and this callback function will take three parameters request, response and next. So I will explain about this next in our upcoming sessions. Now we just focus on the response. And here we are not passing any request. So I just want to return the response. Response dot we have a method called JSON. So users. So here what we did, we have written a get handler which will take the URL and here URL can be anything and I just mention get users and after that a callback function we have written and this callback function will take three parameters request, response and next and here I just created the array of users and I am returning this array of users JSON. Now go to terminal CLS and now again run node-app.js. Now copy this get users localhost 3000 slash get users. Enter. Now you can see that you got the data. We got the three customers data and it is array of JSON. You can go to network tab and you can see the request and response. So get users is the call. In headers you can see request URL http localhost 3000 slash get users and request method is get. You can see the response headers. This is the response. And same way you can see the response headers. Content type is application slash JSON. And not just in the browser, you can use this URL in your front-end application like JavaScript or Angular or React. From there, you can just call this method and this will return this JSON array like this. So this is how the Express server here it is acts like a middleware and now we just created the get users in the same way. So here you can create another services like get users by name and where you provide the name in the request and you can filter these users by the name and return it. The same way you can delete the user or add the user. So like that you can write other methods like post also app.post like that and you can write whatever the logic you required here and you can just expose these services to the UI and from the UI you can make the call. So this act like a middleware and so using this express you can even connect to the SQL server and get the data from the SQL server and insert data to the SQL server or any server, any database. So this is how you can create a simple API and you can enhance with your requirements. And in our next session, we will see how to call these get users functions from the JavaScript. Thank you for watching. Hope this is helpful and please subscribe to my channel.